Alright, today I'm going to be rating each of the currently playable Genshin characters. Now keep in mind that I've never actually played Genshin. I'm not too familiar with any of the characters except for a certain few that I recognize, though primarily I know just about nothing other than some appearances. So feel free to correct me however wrong I am or tell me how close I got. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so we're starting off with Albedo. And on the left we have his something art. I think this is called the wish, so it's like the shit that pops up whenever you get the character. And then on the right is the official title card. They look slightly different, but generally speaking they're clearly displaying the same character. So something that I did notice when I was going through and gathering all these images is that they all have these like symbols in the back. And I did notice that there are some differences between the characters, so I'm kind of curious as to what exactly that is. If I had to guess, it's probably something to do with their allegiance or what kind of faction they're a part of. Now, I know that all these characters are elementally based, and if I remember correctly, one of them is rock or stone or earth or whatever, and his background appears to be that color. I'm not entirely certain if the color directly correlates with that, because he doesn't really give off earthy vibes. So just to talk about the character in general, I do like the design of his cloak. I think that the chain attached to particularly this area looks really sick. How it goes around is probably attached to this over here on the other side. I don't like the fact that his thing is like a hoodie. It looks kind of dumb in that regard. I also don't really know what the hell this buckle is. I feel like maybe it's like some sort of insignia to represent rank or allegiance again. But then again, he also has like a necklace that does the same thing. Hold on, that symbol looks like it would represent rock. But I don't know for certain. I do like his hairstyle. I wish I could pull off a hairstyle like that. He does give off very much Twinkie little boy vibes, kind of, so I'm not too big of a fan of that. Overall, maybe let's go with like a 6 out of 10. He's pretty cool. And moving on, we have Alhaitham. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, bro. He's cool as hell, though. I really like this kind of geometric design to him. He's clearly some sort of like nature themed dude. Maybe that's what like these green diamonds clearly symbolize, some sort of leaf, maybe some sort of tree. The way that these smaller triangles kind of hang off of it gives me like vine sort of vibes. If I had to guess, he's probably like some sort of like protector. I don't know. It seems that he's creating some sort of barrier or some sort of shield. I do like him overall. He's pretty sick looking. He got that bad bitch vibe, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know what the hell's going on with like this weird like ear cover. Looks like he's wearing some sort of like ugly headphone, but like a singular one, or like one of those like, I don't know, maybe a hearing aid. Maybe he's like impaired in that sense. And this will be an ongoing theme, is I really love partially fingerless gloves. I think that's hella sick, especially if it's like the middle one or like just the thumb or so on and so forth. Overall, I really like this dude. He's pretty sick. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a 9. And before I move on, I do notice that these symbols are different. I wish I could see the one in the middle. I think the one in the middle is probably the important one. Let's see, we got like a peacock. We got like an ocean, maybe? Some sort of ram, and I can't tell if that's like the head of a chicken or like the head of like a gecko. Overall, 9 out of 10, I like him. He's sick. Moving on to Aloy. So I believe this is the bitch from like some PS5 game. As such, I'm not really gonna give her too serious of a rating. Her bow looks kind of dumb. I mean, it's a recurve bow, but it's like clearly a bit more what's it called, tribalistic, a little bit more primitive. I wonder what this like blue thing, blue canister she has, is that like some sort of flashbang? She's on ice, so if I had to guess her element, it's probably the cold one, ice, whatever you call it. I think it's like cryo. She's whatever, I'll just give her a solid 5. She's a pass. Nothing special. Now we have Amber. I actually remember this character. She's like your default girl that you start with, from what I remember. I played through maybe about like 2 minutes of the tutorial, got bored, and just, what's it called? I just deleted the game. She's cute. I really like this doll that she got. That's actually hella cute. I'm a fan of that. Clearly some sort of archer, clearly some sort of fire theme. And once again, I noticed these symbols back here are similar to what Albedo had, but not the others. So, okay, no, this is a fire symbol up here, so maybe this is her element. So that's clearly fire. Where does she got it somewhere else? Is it like visible on her character? I don't think so. That sigil looks like some sort of like 6-winged beast. Oh, is that the same one as right here on her belly? Maybe. This pouch, I don't know why it looks like it's for like a giant pistol. I don't know why. It's giving off like 40k Space Marine. For some reason, they just have massive leather holsters for their weapons, even though they could just like magnetically attach shit to their armor. But that's aside the point. I like the singular, what's it called, thigh strap, but that's probably for this thing, so it's kind of whatever. It's not like a stylistic thing. It's more of like a actually useful thing. She's okay. Not the biggest fan of her design. She's pretty boring. I guess her little ribbon kind of gives off like a Mei from Pokemon vibes. Let's go with a 6. And I actually know this guy. This guy is Arataki Ito. I know his name is Ito, and then whether his family name or his actual name is Arataki. Yeah, so it says up here. Perfect. I know he's like a Oni, clearly, from his horns. He got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, like an 8-pack, so he got some good genetics on him. Good for him. I'm a fan of his nails. He got that like black demon Oni nails. His club got some sick designs on it. It has like these horns that are colored. I wonder if that's what he uses like to channel his energy or some shit. His belt buckle, I fuck with belt buckles, and this one is an Oni mask, which is also hella sick. Okay, so he also has like that little crest in the middle, and that's like the same, like not exactly a swirl, but kind of like a geometric thing interweaved with one another, which makes me think he's also a rock dude, an earth type, whatever you want to call it. So his symbols in the back are also very, very different. It's like one of those traditional gates, like maybe a bonsai tree, and then some other stuff. So clearly he's from maybe like a different area or a different faction. He got the Geta, I think that's what they're called. The what's it called? The little clogs. He's really cool. I really like this Oni in the background. That's hella sick. How the hair kind of like swirls all the way around to create that like a ink and shadow kind of art style. That's really sick. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a solid 9 as well. And this bitch, Arlecchino. I shouldn't say bitch, that'd be disrespectful to her. I know she is hella bad. So, gonna be clear. Red eyes, white hair, my big weakness. And just everything about her screams that you don't want to fuck with her. And just look at like all these spears in the background. Like maybe this is blood or some sort of power that she controls clearly. It seems similar in material to the wings that are coming off of her back. So maybe this like this little line along her spine is some method of her controlling her power. I don't really know for certain. I'm a big fan of like these frilled, these puffed sleeves. It gives off that, you know, luxurious, dangerous, almost like vampire gothic kind of vibe, along with the metallic like accents along her coat. That's hella sick. Okay, so she got that symbol too, and that's clearly like some sort of fire. That's pretty sick. She a bad bitch overall. I mean, I think she's just like a solid 10. I feel like if I give her anything else, I might be murdered either by her or her fans. So that's a solid 10. Baizhu. I apologize for my butchering of Chinese, Mandarin, or that type of language pronunciation. So this guy is clearly like a soft dude. You know, he's very he's like a librarian almost, I would say. He's giving off that kind of vibe. So his background very much reminds me of the peaks typically portrayed in Chinese mythology. You know, very, very tall, surrounded by like these gorgeous clouds, and really awesomely shaped. I'm a big fan of that, like kind of vibe and visuals. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to apply too much directly to him. Now, he does have some sort of green sigil. So, okay, so it seems that they all seem to wear like these crystals on their body that signify what kind of element. So he is clearly like the nature type as well. And okay, so these symbols in the back are different again. So he's probably from another third different region that I'm not aware of. He got like the albino snake, which is very, very typical in a lot of Japanese, and I believe it's pretty typical in Chinese mythology, like legendary snakes, demonic snakes, or that kind of thing. Let's see what else. He got this asynchronous gloves. I'm a fan. So he probably, if I had to guess, uses his left hand for weaponry. I might be wrong in that regard, but he seems pretty cool. I don't know what weapon he wears. For a second, I thought these tassels were hanging off his nipples, but clearly they're attached to this, which is like one of them little like what are they called? Oh man, I'm forgetting the word, but it's like the rope that holds your cloak together. I forget what the word is, but yeah, this is clearly some sort of cloak. I really like the flowing design. It's just not my type of guy, but he's pretty sick, so I'm gonna give him a 7. Cool dude. And this is Barbara. So Barbara clearly is some sort of idol, if I had to guess, just by her very cheerful expression, her pose, her active pose, very reminiscent of like Japanese idol culture. Okay, so her gem is the blue one, and she seems to be from the same area or faction as Albedo, and I believe Amber also had this stuff too, so maybe it's like Albedo, Amber. Okay, so maybe like, okay, this is probably regions because they have very Western names, and you know, she's Barbara, which is like, if she was a 55-year-old white woman, I wouldn't be surprised, but she's not, or at least I hope not. Okay, so she got a book, so she's clearly some sort of spellcaster. Got like a little like, maybe like a nurse crown thing, like a little headdress. Maybe she's like a healer. She's clearly the water type. She's okay, not inspiring. Cute, nothing crazy. A solid 6 out of 10. Okay, so now we're moving on to Beidou. So I know a little bit about her. At least I thought I did until looking at the official art. I thought she'd be a lot more muscular than this, because I thought she was supposed to be like a bad bitch pirate or something. Like, I mean, that's what I initially thought. So let's see, Beidou. So her symbols, well, I can't really see any of her symbols, but this one seems to be different than anything else I've seen before, unless I'm just not remembering it properly. She got that like Sharingan looking thing, the purple symbols. I think that means she's electric type. She got that like I forget what this is called, what kind of outfit this is. It's that long sash that goes down the middle in with kind of more open leg style. What's it called in the Chinese traditional clothing. It's kind of similar to that, but it's different, obviously, because it's just stylized. But I really do like her hairstyle. I really do like her fur coat that's hanging off her shoulders. I wish there was some more like filigree or like some working to attach it more clearly to her body, because it kind of just seems like if she just shrugs, it'll fall off of her. What else? Her sword is really cool. Her sword appears to be some sort of single-edged great sword. Has some sick gemstone in the middle of the pommel, or at the end of the pommel rather. Pretty cool overall. Maybe she's like conjuring up some sort of electric serpent. Kind of looks like a shark, or maybe like a torpedo. Very cool. I'd give her a solid like 8. Not too inspiring, but cool. Now we have Bennett. So I do know a little bit about this guy. He is the thumbs up dude. And that's all I know. I know he leaves his thumbs up on the ground, which, so it happens, is right there. Perfect. Other than that, I don't know anything about him. He looks like the kind of like rough, young, youthful, playful dude who gets into trouble. Clearly he uses some sort of sword. Actually, it has a sword over here, so that would be obvious. Oh, actually, hold on. I thought these were scabbards, but they're not. Okay, those are like hanging buckles off of his belt. So he's also from the same area, if I had to guess, as Amber, Barbara, Albedo. He's not special to me. He's just whatever. It's a solid 5. Okay, now we have Candace. So she got that millennium eye in her forehead. That's pretty cool. She got that homophobia in her eyes. Sorry, heterochromia. Let's see what else she got. She got some toe rings. I'm a fan of that. That's cool design. Not the feet. I gotta clarify. It's just purely design. I'm not weird like that. Calm down. Let's see. Okay, so she's clearly some sort of water type. What is this, like a spear? So she's using like a spear and shield, kind of like a what's it called? A Roman soldier. That's pretty cool. She clearly got some Egyptian vibes going on with like the bird, the eyes. Cool overall. Nothing too inspiring. I would say maybe a solid 7. Okay, next we have Charlotte. So she's giving off a ton of steampunk vibes. Okay, so her crystal's down here, so she's a water type. Or maybe she's an ice type. Yeah, that looks like a little snowflake in there. She's carrying around a steampunk camera with a hat. Maybe it's a robot. Oh, okay, so her art here clearly depicts that this is some sort of camera with like these chat bubble and like a book. So she's some sort of influencer, maybe like a journalist, if I had to guess. And she's from some sort of steampunk area, guessing from the gears and cogs that I see in the background along with the anchor. So I'm thinking like airships, steam powered industry, all that kind of vibe. She's okay. Nothing too inspiring. Maybe like a solid 5. Now we're moving on to Chevreau. Okay, so she's clearly French, so she's starting out at a 0. So from a 0, let's go from there. So she has some sort of grenades. She uses a gun, which is pretty sick. Okay, so she's clearly also from the same steampunk area. And judging by her background, she's a fire type with some explosions and shit. She's throwing out grenades. Her gun is cool. I like the kind of sweeping, very elegant, very slick design. It's kind of lacking that sort of mechanical, almost clunky nature of a steampunk, like an over-detailed object. I kind of prefer that personally, so it's a bit more clean. So maybe she's like an elite soldier, maybe like an elite marksman, sharpshooter, that kind of deal. Her hat, I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I hate it. It's kind of like a mix of both. I like it a lot, but at the same time I dislike it. She seems okay. So I'm gonna give her a solid 4, which from a 0 is a pretty big improvement. Despite being French, she managed to pull a 4 from me. Okay, so now we're moving on to Chiori. So this is clearly Japanese styled. This kind of reminds me of the short version of kimono. I forget what it's called. Her background would indicate that she's definitely from a more Japanese style, what with like this cherry blossom and like the fox with the mask and then the katanas. Let's see. This 3 circle flower symbol seems to be very, very prevalent in her design. I wonder if that has to do with like the particular house she belongs to. I don't know. She gives off like a. It doesn't really seem like she's like a nobility. It more like seems like she's like a guardian of nobility. Like she's the shadow of the lord or lady, something, you know, that kind of like a assassin of the daimyo, that kind of deal. She's giving off like dancer vibes, so maybe she's like a performer of a kind. I'm a really big fan of her gloves and these thigh highs and the little bow. It's really nice. Oh, okay, so the symbol right here is the rock symbol. That's okay, so that's definitely the rock symbol, the little geometric twist thing. What is this though? That's the question. So she got like scroll work coming off of her, but from where? Is that like from her shoulders, from her arms? It seems a little bit dumb, but design-wise, I really like this actually. This is pretty good design. I wish it was a little bit more clear what these big landing strips were supposed to be and where they come from. But pretty cool. I'm gonna give her a solid 7. Okay, Chongyun. So Chongyun. I can't tell if this is supposed to be Chinese or Japanese, maybe even Korean. Regardless, he's clearly the ice type, so this... Okay, well, the symbol's up here, so he's too short. Our short king here, our little boy. He got some big-ass gauntlet thing on his... Would that be his left? Yeah, that's probably his left. So, and he got some bandages and, like, fingerless gloves. Or not gloves, but fingerless sleeves. If I had to guess, he's probably, like, a martial artist. Yeah, particularly with these, like, martial artist shoes that you'd see. Got bandages and shit. I wonder what these like swords of ice are. Maybe he like conjures swords of ice, and then he has like these sealing talismans. So he's clearly an ice dude. That much is obvious. Other than that, not too inspiring. I'll give him a solid like 5. Okay, now we have Chlorinde. So she's clearly from the steampunk area as well. It's giving off a lot of... If I had to guess, she's some sort of important... Maybe like a policewoman, maybe like a chief of security or something like that. She's got a... Okay, so it's not dual pistols, it's a pistol and a saber. So that's very, very steampunk, you know, like a dueling pistol in one hand and like a saber in the other. She got a lot of tassels hanging off of her coat landing strip thing. She got a lot of bullet things, so clearly this woman is like bad as hell. She got some big arrow thing coming out of this explosive effect. Let's see. Okay, so her purple symbol means that she's the electric type. I like her outfit. You know, we got the important window here. It's very, very important for fashion and for functionality. Gotta let the dogs breathe. Let's see. I love the gold chains on her coat, and especially how her, what's it called, her coat, the shoulder portion has that kind of like flattened metallic platform. I don't exactly know what that's called, but I really, really like it. I really appreciate it. It gives her a lot of regality, a lot of poise. I'm a big fan of whatever this is. I don't know if this is a skirt. I can't really tell. Big fan of that. She got some sick ass shoes too. I think this one is probably a 9.5. It's really close to perfect. Really close. I'm a big fan of her. If I played the game, I'd probably wanna main this character. All right, we have Kali. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she appears to be some sort of Beastmaster, maybe like a tamer. Okay, so she's clearly the green type, so the nature type that's down here. What else do we got? She got a bow. Okay. She's summoning some sort of like cat puppet. All right, I'm a fan of that. Oh, she got that single glove, single finger that I'm a fan of. Other stuff is exposed. You know, you typically when you see this, it's to indicate that they're an archer. I don't exactly know why that is, but that's just the trend that I've noticed. And lo and behold, she has a bow. Very, very cool. I like these little pink gemstone details on her. I don't really call it armor, her outfit. It's pretty cool stuff. Nothing too inspiring, maybe like a solid 7. Okay, next we got Kino. This dude. Okay, so him and the previous girl are actually from the same area, maybe the same faction, because they got these like dogs or animals around them. And come to think of it, the previous one also had like a cat spirit, where this one is clearly a pharaoh, so like a jackal style. He's probably from the same area as the water bitch with the shield and the spear. I forgot her name. He got that like gold, what's it called? These gold accents on his legs, on his armor. So clearly he's someone important. He's probably like a pharaoh, maybe like a pharaoh's guard. He's wearing, is he barefoot? Okay, yeah, he's barefoot. All right, so he's the electric type. So the question is, where his electric gemstone? Do he got one? Okay. It doesn't really look like it, but it appears to be he's wearing some sort of, maybe like a summoner. Maybe he has like some sort of beast within him that he's holding within his body or his weapon. Judging from like the kind of bandage wrapping ceiling that you would see, maybe like something that would allude to mummification. Some sort of purple monsters coming out of him, or maybe he's summoning it and controlling it. He's okay. He's pretty cool. It's nothing too inspiring about him that screams that I would want to play this dude or main this dude. So let's go with a solid 7. Okay, so now we have Dehya. Alright, so first things first off the bat, she's a cat girl, so that's already like pretty highly rated in my book. I love cats. She's clearly the fire type with this little fire gemstone that she got on her. So these things behind her, that's like some sort of bird of prey. This is like a, what is that, like a tortoise? Some sort of like tail. Interesting. I don't really know. This woman's clearly like a brawler. She probably uses her fists or like these gauntlets with claws. That's pretty sick. I think like claw armor is like always hella cool. Yeah, pretty cool. I don't got too much to say about her. I guess she got a nice navel. Let's go with a solid 8. Okay, so now we're moving on to Diluc. Diluc? Diluc? I don't really know how to pronounce his name, whatever. He's clearly a fire type. Seems to be from the same region as Amber, and the other people whose names I suddenly don't remember. Let's see, he's a redhead. And he got that ponytail and like a rat tail, kind of. I wouldn't really know if you would classify this as a rat tail, but I would guess that typically he would have this like in a rat tail. I'm a fan of his coat. He's a fire type, obviously, and he uses some sort of greatsword according to his art with like a phoenix. So yeah, he's giving off a lot of phoenix vibes, that's for sure. Pretty cool guy. I'm a big fan of like the edge detailing on his coat, though I do wonder how efficient that is, considering he's probably prone to lighting his own clothes on fire. Or maybe this is the result of lighting his clothes on fire. You never know. So he has like a red interior layer to his gloves. I think that's really cool. I'm a big fan of two-tone gloves, like where the outside and inside is clearly different. Other than that, nothing too special, but pretty cool. I would say it's 7. Okay, so now we come to the big issue when it comes to Genshin Impact in a lot of games in general. Unfortunately, children are children, and will never be anything more than children, regardless of how they look. So I'll just say that, leave that there, so, you know, there's a disclaimer. This girl's name is Diona. Clearly some sort of animal girl, like a cat girl. Oh, she's clearly a calico, actually. Yeah, she's a calico, which is accurate because most calicos tend to be female. Very, very cute. I would pet her on the head. She has like a little cat purse that's actually super adorable. I would buy that for my girlfriend. She's wearing like little cat boots. Is she some sort of like alcoholic? Oh, actually, hold on. Is she like a bartender? Or is that like just like ice cream? I feel like this is like a shaker, right? And she's clearly pouring something out of a thermos. And judging from this, she's an ice type. But why does she look so sad? Is she doing this against her will? I don't know. That's kind of unnerving. But since she's a calico, she's going to get a solid 7 out of 10 from me. Okay, yet another one of our problematic children, let's say. Dory. So this girl is clearly I think it's a girl. I can't really tell. This girl is some sort of genie. She got that like kind of dancer vibe. She got the baggy pants that you'd see in that kind of typified in that sort of visualization. She appears to be from like the animal centric people, like the pharaoh dude is from. So maybe that's like their region. She got a lot of rings on her, which you would also see in that kind of you get from that vibe. She got that puffy like half sleeve and like the shoulderless like body glove almost kind of thing. I don't know why she got like these rectangle sunglasses though. That's a little bit out of there. And I would expect her hat to be, well, I guess that kind of looks like a sultan hat, you know. Good design actually. I think there's a lot of visual storytelling that tells you that a lot about this character without her actually doing much. Like obviously she's some sort of dancer. Obviously she's from that kind of culture. You know, like that kind of Arabian, sort of Middle Eastern kind of vibe. Though I wonder why she's so pale-skinned. I guess is the only real question I would have. Yeah. Other than that, nothing too crazy. She got down like pointed little shoes. I didn't know that they would have heels. I thought they were just like flattened on the bottom, but whatever. Pretty good. I'd say a solid 6. And also the gemstone right here says that she's the electric type. What's it called? The 3-pointed tomoe or whatever you would call it. Okay, now we got Eula. The end user license agreement. So clearly she's some sort of greatsword wielding ice person. She has some strangely placed naval metal thing. I wonder why that's there. Maybe it's like to protect her or something. This little metallic piece, I wonder if it's a means of like keeping her bodysuit from going up her thigh. You know, like this little thing is like an adhesive maybe. I wonder if she got it on the other side as well. Her little like accent mark, her little like coat of office almost looks really, really cool. So she's, I want to say, if I remember correctly, this symbol was also from the same area as like Amber and all those people. Yeah, I mean, she's pretty cool. Nothing too crazy. I do like the very poofy sleeves and the gloves, the two-tone gloves. Solid 8 from me. Okay, here we have Hatsune Miku. No, her name is Faruzan. So clearly she's also from Faruzan. That gives off a lot of like a Middle Eastern, almost Egyptian vibe. And the hanging portion of these sleeves would also tell me that she's from the same area. Again, I wonder why she's so pale-skinned, but you know, whatever. That's design choice, not too big of a deal. She got these like blocky rulers attached to her arms. I wonder if these like are sealing devices. They look like they would have at one point come together and be attached. She has some sort of strange metallic thing going down her palm. That's really cool. I actually really like that. Maybe that's her method of controlling magic. Yeah, this art style has her depict alongside some geometric shapes. So clearly she's like a nerd. Yeah, she's definitely a nerd. Yeah, she got like a D20 over here, a dodecahedron. She got a bunch of shapes. Yeah, everyone knows only nerds deal with shapes, so as a nerd personally, she got these 2 X's and another X here. I wonder if these X's are significant. Probably not. Yeah, pretty cool character. I actually really like this design. I really like her hair. It screams that she got twin tails, but she don't actually got twin tails, or at least there's nothing visibly causing her hair to split in that fashion. So maybe it's, I don't know, she just magicked that shit up. Pretty good design. I actually like her a lot. I'm gonna give her an 8.5. Okay, so now we have Fischl. She screams Megumin at me. In other words, she screams a flat-chested, what's it called? A chunibyo. Especially with the little eye patch. She probably screams that her eye patch is somehow sealing the darkness within her, and if she were to release it, then terrible tragedy would befall the world, and all of creation would be reduced to naught but ash. Some shit like that. Other than that, she's really cute. She got like a lot of lace and fishnet going down her area. She got like this single garter, which I'm a fan of. I really like asynchronous leg wear, like I said, and asynchronous a lot of things, so it happens. And she got that single finger, what's it called? Fingerless gloves. They're not really gloves though. I guess they're attached all the way up to her sleeve, so maybe like an arm sleeve. She's clearly the electric type. I wonder where her electric gem is. Actually, I'm not going to ask where she put her electric gem. That's kind of the question I wouldn't want to ask from a weirdo like this. She's definitely weird. She's definitely a little bit off in the head, but that's okay. We're fine with that. I like her design. I like it. She's gives her flowing little dress seems to be reminiscent of like a bird's tail, and you know, since she has a bird here, that kind of fits. I'll give her an 8. Feminist. No, Fremine. Fremine. That's her name. There? His name? I can't tell if this is a dude or a girl, to be entirely honest with you. So I'm just going to go with the safe they. They're clearly from the steampunk area. Hold on, so this is a wolf. Okay, so this was a wolf the entire time, and this is like the scale. That's what it's called. They got like some sort of big ass sword with like a clockwork, maybe some sort of. Actually, that kind of just looks like a clock, right? Because one side depicts day, one side depicts night. So maybe it has something to do with time. They're the ice type, clearly. They got some like powered boots, and they have some sort of like steampunk penguin alongside them. Maybe this is... No, this appears to be sort of canister that they carry around. And they have like a steampunk penguin that comes along with them. So it's clearly some sort of longsword user. Overall, there's a lot of indication that this character is clearly steampunk in design and, you know, has those sort of attributes, but I'm not really getting anything about their personality, and they don't look too inspiring anyway, so maybe like a solid 5. Okay, now we got Fiorina. I can't tell if this is like a... supposed to be some sort of conductor. It's giving off kind of like the what's it, the crazy, really Dorito shaped dude from Persona, that kind of vibe, you know, like that conductor dude. I don't exactly know what he does, because I only faintly remember playing Persona 3 as a kid, but this girl gives off that kind of vibe, you know, like a conductor, maybe some sort of a train or an orchestra. I'm not really sure. Clearly some sort of showman, if I had to guess, just from the very nature of the splash art. It seems that they're trying to put on some sort of display. It's probably a water type, if I had to guess. Okay, so that gem is a lot more blue, but there is no like clear insignia on it. They use some sort of... She uses some sort of staff. I'm a big fan of the staff, actually. The staff looks really cool. Oh, wow, actually, it's not even a staff. It's more like a walking stick. Yeah, just from how short it is. Maybe she can like grab it at the bottom and use it as like a cudgel or like a bludgeoning tool. Probably a magic caster though, judging by how scrawny she looks. I love the heterochromatic eyes, and by nature, both of them having very, very different designs. Actually, they're just palette swapped. Yeah, they're palette swapped. That's really cool. I actually like this character. It's just, I'm gonna give him an 8.5. Now we're moving on to gaming. This guy's name is Gaming. Okay, it's clearly not that. It's probably like Gaming. I'm just gonna say Gaming. Okay, Gaming. So this guy is clearly more Chinese inspired, judging by the lion in the splash art. So like a lion dance, that kind of deal. And the style of this dragon is very, very Chinese. Is this a dude? I hope it's a dude. Yeah, of course the gamer is a dude, but you know, jokes aside, fire type, pretty cool stuff. Nothing too special though. I'm gonna move on. He's a solid 5. Nothing too... Okay, so now we got... I actually know this character. She's the goat whose ass was so large that she got stuck in some creature that was trying to eat her, which caused the creature to suffocate to death and spit her out. Whether or not that is accurate is up in the air. I was told by my friend that that is how this character is known, and that is the story that I will continue to tell, because that's all I know her by. That, and yeah, so she's the fat ass goat. That's how I remember her. So her name is Ganyu, which is good because I always forget her name. She's clearly the ice type. I thought she was an archer, but there is no art depicting her. There's nothing that depicts her as an archer. Okay, so she also got some animals in the background, but these are like different than the other animals. This is like sort of wyvern. Looks like a lion, a deer, and a crane. Dragon, lion, deer, and a crane. Maybe this is like a ram. I can't really tell yet. This got this horns. So her background is clearly something to do with animals, but not the same as the other animals, because those animals were connected to like the Middle Eastern Egyptian kind of vibe. I wonder. Okay, well, she's clearly a goat, right? Or like some sort of ram. The question is, what does that have to do with... Well, she's the only one that I've seen that's a goat thus far, right? We've seen some animal ears, but we haven't seen... But we have seen Ito, who has horns. But that's an Oni, not necessarily an animal. Okay, well, regardless... Wait, she got like a cowbell on her, what the... And she got like her titties in a bodysuit and armor underneath her titties, but not over her titties, which is where like her heart is. Interesting design choice. I'm not gonna say I dislike it though. I mean, yeah, I don't dislike it at all. She got really cute hair, like these little like side twin tails, and then a very, very long ponytail maybe? I don't really know if that's a ponytail. Good design. That's some sort of bow at her back. Pretty cool. Oh wait, that's the thing that's holding her hair probably. Okay, and she's got these like cool tassels. Big fan of the tassels. The red always gives off that kind of like royal, almost venerated design. I'm a fan of that. Let's go with a 9 for her. This dude, this dude is from the Japanese area, and his name is Goro. Yeah, sounds about right. He's some sort of, maybe like a fox, maybe like a dog. I can't really tell. So he got like these animal symbols on his neck. He's wearing a collar too. I wonder who his owner is. That's kind of kinky. I fuck with it. It's probably a freak if I had to guess. Let's see. So in this art, he got like a, is that like a tanuki? No, that's like a Shiba, isn't it? So maybe he's a dog. I'm not entirely sure. He's cool. He gives off that kind of like spunky, kind of like bratty vibe. I'm not entirely a fan of that, but I do think the design of his gloves are pretty interesting. I'm a big fan of like the fact that they have little horns on them. Come back to that animal motif. Also the fact that his like outfit has that single sleeve and it's like connected together. The two straps, or the single strap around the entire torso, like keeps it attached to his body. I think that's hella cool. His armor on his shoulders is pretty sick. And then obviously he has that the Japanese style archery wrist protector thing. Good stuff. I'm gonna give him a 7. Oh, Hu Tao. I know this girl. She's the one that tells the story about the hilly churls. And that's all I know about her. So like when you're AFK, she tells a story. That's it. She's cute. She clearly deals with ghosts. Oh, right. She's like the director of the funeral place. Yeah, so she's fire type. I wonder if this funeral place engages in the incineration of corpses. It's probably the most effective method of getting rid of them. And if they're ghosts, there's probably zombies. So they probably want to, incinerate stuff so as to prevent the dead from coming back as vengeful zombies. Let's see. So she got that little talisman on her forehead that's kind of reminiscent of like a Jiangxi, like sealing talisman. I like that. Let's see. She has that kind of like a floral, like funeral veil almost attached to her head. That's cool. I do like the little like buttons and laces on the front of her outfit. Cool stuff. I'm gonna give her an 8. Holy shit, a woman wearing pants. There's no way. Okay, her name is Jean. Of course, you can't have a Japanese, Chinese game without a white woman named Jean. It's just not physically possible. Let's see. So clearly she's a swordswoman, but she seems to be holding like a... Is that her scabbard? Okay, so that's her scabbard. Her scabbard is notably very long, longer than the sword that she's holding in this art. So that sword is clearly very, very long. Maybe close to like... No, it's probably still just a long sword, just judging by the single hand grip that she has. Like the little protector right here. I'm a big fan of this, what's called down the side of the thighs design, like with the geometric shape and the gold. Again with the sleeveless outfit, and like some sleeves attached right here. Very, very cool stuff. I wonder how her cloak is attached to her body. I really hope it's like, oh no, it goes, okay, no, so it goes up and goes over and like across. Okay, she's cool. Nothing crazy though. Solid 7. All right, Kaedehara Kazuha. Kaedehara Kazuha. So he probably is known as Kazuha, if I had to guess, because that sounds like a first name. So this guy's clearly also from the Japanese area. He's clearly holding some sort of spiritual samurai sword. So the question is, what element is he? I'm a big fan of like the autumn leaves design on his cloak. That's actually really, really nice. He got them traditional Japanese like shin guards and the shoulder guards and the arm guard, like the woven plated style that's renowned for being really, really good at protecting against stuff. You got that little strip of red hair right here. Let's see what else. His right hand, so his dominant hand, his right hand is very well bandaged. I like this guy. He gives off a very serious vibe. Nothing too special. Maybe a solid 7. Nothing too like amazing. All right, now we have Kaya. So off the bat, if I had to guess, he's also some sort of pirate. Maybe like a bandit. He's either, okay, so it's kind of like a duality thing. He's either a badass pirate or a badass like captain of the guard who don't give a shit about following the rules, so he just does whatever he wants with his uniform and no one can really tell him otherwise. So he's clearly an ice type. I'm a huge fan of like this just this coat in general. Like especially with the fluff going around the rim, and then you can still see like the metal shoulder guard. His gloves are sick, fingerless gloves. I wish he didn't have these like little like Bowser, these Bowser like wrist cuffs, but it's still fine. It's whatever. His outfit would tell me that he's like nautical, so he's on a ship typically. So maybe he's like an admiral of the Navy. Let's see. Yeah, he's really cool. And of course, you gotta have the titty window as a man. If you don't, I mean, like, what's the point of working out, right? If you don't got them on display. I fuck with that heavy. He's giving me, he's a bit of a hoe. Good for him. Go get yourself some. But yeah. Oh, also the chain holding the coat together. It's always impeccable. You need that at all times. It's very, very important to have. I'm gonna give him a 9. Okay, Kamisato Ayaka. So I actually remember this character. Well, actually, I don't remember her. I remember her brother. So she's clearly some sort of like Japanese princess. She's royalty, if I had to guess. And her armor would make me think that she's an archer, just based on the fact that she has that, what's it called, the wrist guard over here, the wrist guard over here. And then this portion is guarded as well. So she's probably turning this side towards her enemy, while using this side as like to have a scabbard, or not a scabbard, a quiver of arrows. And then the it's called the Japanese style frontal armor. Very, very cool. And she has that like shogun kind of style headdress. So she's clearly important. She got that hime cut too on her front. And yeah, really good design. She gives off a lot of royalty, but at the same time you can tell that she's not afraid to get into the action herself. I kind of fuck with that. Cool. I'm gonna give her an 8. Now, Kamisato Ayato. Now, I actually really, really like this guy, because if I had to choose someone to look like in Genshin, it would be him. And the reason is I want to give off that kind of vibe. You know, like, look at him. He's clearly like a nice dude, right? Like, you look at him and he's like the picturesque a definition of calm, collected, reserved. That's what he looks like. But something about him, and I don't know what it is, but something about him tells me that like inside he's kind of like really fucked up, really sadistic, really messed up. And I kind of vibe with that. I really like that. His hairstyle is really slick. His outfit is super slick. I love this design. This kind of floral, this very masculine dark blue, accompanied with some gold and white. So he's clearly royalty as well, right? There's no getting around it. Like his inside cloak is very traditional Japanese, but his outside is very, very Western, very, very Western. So like the outer portions of this outfit, super more Western. So maybe he's, if I had to guess, maybe like some sort of emissary, maybe like a really important dignitary that goes to other places, if I had to guess. Let's see what else. So he is the water type. So maybe him and his sister share the same typing of water. And he carries around a katana of water. Pretty slick. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 9.5. I fuck with it heavy, bro. I want this outfit. Like, I would wear this. Okay, now we got Kave. Kave? Kave? Kave. Okay, so let's see. From the outset, he's clearly some sort of courier, maybe like a smuggler, right? Because this kind of like radar display kind of makes me think he's out on a mission, or maybe someone else is tracking him, right? And then the outline of his thing that he's carrying would indicate that it's like some sort of cargo. Like, so in a video game, it's giving off like, this is important intel, this is important thing, you must capture the objective, or something like that, right? So he's maybe some sort of like courier. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing really much else I can say. I guess his little sash buckle right here is like some sort of horn thing. So you got the Phoenix, got this thing. I don't exactly remember where I've seen this before. I know I've seen these symbols, but I don't remember which area he's from, or which area these symbols are related to. Nothing too crazy. Pretty whatever. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5. Okay, so this is Kaching. Kecking. She's the electric rat. Or not a rat, sorry. She's a cat girl. Because she's a cat girl, she's automatically at least a 5. Or at least a 7. Let's see. So yeah, she's like maybe like a fencer type? No, it's like a broadsword. Let's see. I can't really tell what area she's from. If I had to guess, it's from like the Chinese-inspired area, because her name, if it has a Q, it's probably Chinese-inspired. Let's see. Her outfit is actually really pretty. It's like a dress, single shoulder. No, that's not a shoulder guard. Okay, her shoulder is exposed. It's like a sleeve, a detached sleeve. As per usual, detached sleeves are great. She got that like luxurious little sleeve hanging off and just flown around in the wind. Maybe she's like a princess? I don't know. Yeah, actually, maybe she is a princess. No, but then she'd have like some sort of a head thing. I wonder what her position is, because I feel like she would be royalty, or maybe like nobility somehow. Especially with the this floral kind of design that keeps her outfit together. All right. What else? Oh, wait. Oh, no, she doesn't actually have the electric symbol on her. It's above her. I'll give her a solid 7. Yeah, cat girl. Okay, now we have Kirara. Okay, so she's clearly a cat girl, so she's already a 7 as well. She's on a checkerboard pattern, maybe like a maid cafe kind of vibe. She has little cat paws. That's actually so adorable. I love that. I wonder if those are her actual feet. Like she actually got paws, or if she's just wearing them. Yeah, because she has hands, but she don't got. No, because like this is like kind of detached right here, like similar to a feline where it has like that kind of curvature to the legs to make it more like long. Huh. I wish I could look at. Oh, she got 2 cattails. What the hell? Oh, and they're shaped in a heart. That's actually so cute. So, what is this supposed to be? Like some sort of portal, maybe? Maybe, yeah, maybe some sort of like portal that she's going through. Okay, so she's carrying a box. I wonder if she's... Okay, wait, this thing, I feel like I saw it on the other guy, right? So maybe she's like a courier as well. Maybe they're part of like the same area or the same faction. I'm gonna give her a 9. She's hella cute. I love her. I'm hella biased. I don't care. She's cute as hell. She's probably the nature type, right? Because it's all this green shit. Probably. All right. Moving on. Oh, I know this girl. She's the little terrorist. She like throws explosive bombs. Well, if it's a bomb, it's explosive. Yeah, like these little dudes are like bombs. Unfortunately, she has the downside of being a child. Therefore, I mean, she's cute. She's like a, you would pat her on the head and hope to God she don't explode on you. Solid 7. Nothing too special. Okay, Kujo Sarah. I wonder if she's related to Kujo Jotaro. So she appears to be some sort of... Obviously, it's from the Japanese area. She's the electric type as well. She seems very stern, very stubborn, very focused on the rules almost is kind of the vibe I'm getting. She seems very like proper. Maybe like... See, the mask tells me that she's kind of keeping herself hidden, right? So maybe she's like a guardian of sorts. If I had to guess, she's probably like a bodyguard. Or maybe, yeah, because like if you're like a general, right? Because I look at her and I think, okay, from the outset maybe she's like a general or like some sort of captain, right? But she has a mask, and you wouldn't see the mask unless she's trying to hide her identity, right? I'm thinking like Naruto Anbu, right? Like they wear the mask specifically to hide their identity, and this is kind of similar. And she's clearly important because she has like a lot of details on her, and also she's a playable character, which means by nature she's going to be important somehow. Yeah, so if I had to guess, maybe like a royal guard, or like a bodyguard, or maybe like a secret agent or something like that. Maybe important secret agent for like the royal family or something. On the topic of secret agents, we have Kuki Shinobu. Kuki Shinobu. So clearly this is like a ninja. Let's see, what do we got going here? So she's probably the purple type too. Japan really got all these purple types. It's kind of crazy. The electric type rather. One hand holds not a katana. It's like a whip. Okay. And her little this thing kind of reminds me of what's his name? The snake pervert from Naruto. Orochimaru, yeah. She got these like really gorgeous looking thigh guards. And it's clearly Japanese in style. And she's wearing the, what's it called? The clogs with some fishnet, which is very, very Japanese, like the ninja aesthetic. So obviously she's some sort of ninja, maybe like an assassin of sorts. I wonder why she uses a whip and she doesn't have any like ranged weapons clearly visible on her. Maybe that's like part of the thing, like she doesn't have any ranged weapons, but she can use them. But I don't know if Genshin has the ability for you to use multiple weapons on one character. If I had to guess, it's probably you're just limited to their weapons and abilities. I don't really know. But maybe her abilities are like range focused, like, I don't know, stealth, assassination, that kind of thing. Generally speaking, I like the character. Pretty cool design, though. I feel like if you can make a character more clearly an assassin, but at the same time maintain the aesthetic of stealth, of function over form, and still make it very aesthetically pleasing. I feel like this is just so, a lot of it is in your face and so obvious that it's like, it kind of takes away from it. It kind of detracts from the aesthetic of being a ninja or an assassin. So for that reason, I'm going to give her a 5. Okay, next we have Layla. So she... I don't know what areas she's from. I believe these are like the Arabian, kind of Middle Eastern, Egyptian area. Actually, yeah, no. She definitely kind of looks like a fortune teller, if I had to guess. Right? She kind of got that, like, not empty, but kind of mystical look in her eyes. She looks like she's measuring something, but you don't really know what. And then this puts her in like a little globe where she's like observing the stars. So maybe some sort of fortune teller is probably what we're dealing with here. She's got elf ears. That's a plus. She's got them little claws on only 3 of her fingers. Kind of weird. Maybe those 3 fingers are what she uses to fight. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Good stuff though. Maybe like a 6.5. Ah, yes. All right, Lisa. What to say about Lisa? So she's clearly the electric type. She's the MILF. She's the MILF witch that everyone wants. She's like, what's it called? Dragon Quest sorceress. She got that electric thing right in this particular area. She's carrying a book. She's hot. Yeah, there's no denying that. I'm gonna give her a solid 7.5. Unfortunately, she don't really got too much going on for her. She's hot, and that's about it. Like, yeah, cool. Okay, now we're dealing with Lynette. So Lynette is also from the steampunk area, judging by this little set of scales. What is her element, though? I can't really tell what her element is. I don't remember what this symbol would signify. So we're just going to skip that and pretend it doesn't exist. She's a cat girl, so already we're starting off at a 7. She appears to be some sort of magician. A showman. I really like this double frill skirt. I don't know what it's called, like where you have the initial skirt and like a little bit of additional underneath it with some extra color. Just gives it a lot of pop. Her outfit is okay. Other than that, she got a cool hat. I hope she wears it in game and doesn't just like throw it at people. That'd be kind of disappointing. So we'll go with the 7. All right, Liney. I'm just gonna go with Liney. Okay. This character is also a magician, and they are actually wearing a hat. I can't tell if this is a guy or a girl, to be entirely honest with you. This little, like, I wouldn't even call this like a garter because it's so thick. It looks like he's there wearing, like, I don't know, metal straps on their thighs. Kind of strange. It seems so, like, prevalent, so obvious. He's cool. They're cool. They're clearly the counterpart to the previous character. They're obviously fire type. I'm not too inspired though. It's just the aesthetic just doesn't really do much for me. Mika. I believe this is a dude, so this is some sort of femboy. So he's from the same area as Amber and everyone else whose names I don't remember because it's not the first one that I remember. And let's see, so he's some sort of spellcaster. I would guess that he's the ice type, judging by the color. Don't really got a symbol anywhere on him. Let's see. Yeah, I mean it's nothing crazy. It's like a solid 5. It's whatever. Now, I've seen a lot of artwork about this character. Let's put it that way. I really like this character. I wish she were visibly a little bit older, I suppose is the only way to put it. I really like her outfit. She's clearly some sort of... I believe she's an astrologer, if I had to guess. Based on all these like circle orbits, stars, and planetary systems, and all these stars that's prevalent upon her bodysuit. Really, really cool. I just don't know what element she is. Huh. Maybe she's like a... Is there like a wind element, maybe? I mean, because like, if I looked at her, I would assume she's doing like gravity magic, but I don't think gravity magic exists in this universe, or at least like there's no specific gravity type. It would be cool if it was, but you know, I don't think there is. She's really, really cool. I like her design. She has an incredibly distinct bodysuit and chest thing. I don't really know how to describe it. It's like a covering on her chest. Also, this thing that holds her coat together is super cool. And it's also very, very auspiciously placed. Let's put it that way. Let's give her a 9 out of 10. Okay, moving on to Nahida. This is a child. I don't know why, but whenever I look at her, I really think of Celebi, the Pokemon. Like the one that like floats around, especially from the movie, the Celebi movie. The one that floats around and like touches stuff and like makes plants grow. So she's clearly a nature type. She gives me like fairy vibes. In fact, she kind of looks exactly like the little floating child that you start the game with, the one that you eat in an emergency. Or at least I think that's what you do. That'd be kind of fucked up now that I think about it. So you probably don't actually do that. That's probably just a meme. She's a child. I would pet her on the head. That's, yeah, okay. Moving on. No score. Moving on. Yo, who's she? Yo, okay. So she's from the steampunk area as well. Okay. Navia. Okay, so she got like cannons going on in the background. So she's like a pirate queen, if I had to guess. But the parasol makes me think she's like a noble lady. But why do she got like piratry or like cannon armaments? I wonder if there's some importance to the symbols that's going on in these armaments. It was kind of like, no, it don't look like it matches anything in particular on her outfit. I'm gonna assume she's the rock type. Oh yeah, it's right there, the rock type. Okay, yeah, so the gem is like pretty omnipresent. It's like the minority that doesn't have them for some reason. Okay, so she deals with explosions. It's really cool. I like her outfit a lot. Her hat gives off like don't fuck with me, I'm rich vibe, but her expression and her pose makes it seem like she don't give a shit, like she's just hella sick, hella cool. Also, I can't tell if these are like the dual drill hair type that you'd see in like, you know, in overly ridiculous hairstyles in anime or manga. Let's see. I'm a big fan of these like little things on her coat that you can like, so she can close this shit up if she wanted to. Right here as well. Her little armband, I don't know what you would call it, but this ribbon on her arm is really nice. Her arm things, I guess this one would just be a sleeve, and this one is actually like a full-on glove. Really, really cool. Big fan of this character, actually. I'm gonna give her a 9.5. Okay, so this dude's name is Nuvillet. Nuvillet. All right, so he's French. So unfortunately, that starts him off at a 0. Fortunately, he looks cool as fuck. Like, if you changed his eye color to red, you could tell me that he is like a vampire progenitor, and I would totally believe you, right? This guy looks sick as hell. So clearly he's some sort of nobleman. He seems very, very important, very dignified. I fuck with that heavy. I'm a huge fan of his coat. His coat details are super, super slick. Like, the lines just provide so much motion and movement within his outfit. So he's water, if I had to guess. Maybe this is the gemstone right here on the pommel of his sword. Let's see what else. So he got this little ear thing. I feel like I've seen that before on one of these other characters, but maybe that's just like by design. I like this guy a lot. He's hella cool. The only thing that I would change is I wish his legs were a little bit more non-boring. Like there's some more stuff happening here, but I guess that would that would cause too much like visual noise for his coattails right here. And his coattails look super nice. They look like a fish, like one of them super gorgeous fishes that you'd see. I guess that's by design because he's water type. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Also, like, I love this teal aquamarine color that it transitions to right here along the edges of his little coat. And then the white that transitions all the way to like a lighter blue. Yeah, dude, this guy's hella cool. I give him a 10. God damn, bro. I'd want to be him. What the fuck? I'd be this dude. Now we have Nilo. So off the bat, without even looking at the symbols, I'm going to guess that she's some sort of dancer from like the Middle Eastern, Arabian, Egyptian era. Or not the era, rather, but the area. Yeah, so she got them like puffy little sleeves. She got like that dancer stuff. All that she's missing is like a veil, I guess. She's probably a water type, if I had to guess. I don't really know. Probably that. Let's see what else. Yeah, I guess I kind of like the color gradient that happens right here. Outside of that, I'm just not too impressed by her. Maybe like a 6, a 5. Oh shit. Oh shit. We got Paper Door Lady in the house. In other words, Ningguang. She's easily a 10. Just a solid all-around, no holds barred 10. Just look at her. She just oozes elegance, oozes grace. I don't know which artist it is, but they depict her holding like one of those long like pipes that she's smoking out of. I don't even know if she actually smokes, but like just that aesthetic is just so good. I love this little like strip of red that's hanging from her hair thing, and then the long hairpin that like goes through a long portion of her hair. She also has red eyes, white hair, so that's just one of my biggest weaknesses. I love her outfit. It screams mature sexiness, but without being so overtly sexy, you know what I'm saying? It don't got her boobies on display like in a bodysuit or something, but it accentuates it with this gold right here. It's really, really cool. And she also has like the claw, the single claw. Now that's fucking sick. If it was like 3, it's weird. If it's all of them, that's cool. If it's 1, that's also cool. But if it's just 3, you're doing something wrong. She's one of my favorite characters. I actually know her by name. So yeah, she's easy 10. Okay, now we have Noelle. So she's from the western area. Some sort of maid. Some sort of soldier maid. Maybe like a nurse? Yeah, this little like frill right here, and then like her headdress makes me think that she's more of like a nurse than a maid. But the design on her skirt makes me think she's more of a maid than a nurse. So maybe it's like something in the middle. The roses makes me think that she serves nobility, if I had to guess. Like you would attach this as like symbols of her house, maybe. I'm gonna guess she's the earth type based on the brown behind her, which is kind of disappointing because I think she'd be like something different. Maybe the earth type is like the simple type, right? Yeah, that's it. She's pretty whatever. I'm gonna give her a 5. Okay, this is Chi-Chi. So she's clearly some sort of Jiangshi, judging by the ghosts around her and the ceiling thing on her forehead. She's cute, but she's also a child. Moving on. Ah, yes, we have purple boob sword lady. In other words, Raiden Shogun. So her name of Shogun automatically thinks of her being royalty or importance, right? So she is the Shogun. So maybe the previous character that I was talking about, what's her name? I don't know, but someone like the previous characters might be her servants or something like that. Oh yeah, like the assassin and the soldier, maybe they're like her servants. If I had to guess, because they're the sashes are actually relatively similar in color, if I remember it properly. And then like these little ropes are basically identical in color. Yeah, Raiden Shogun, she's great. Awesome design. I love her gloves. Her gloves are super sick. They're even textured so that they don't even look like regular gloves. They look like arm wraps. Or maybe they're both. Maybe she has arm wraps and then gloves underneath that. Fingerless with single finger. Hot, sick, cool as hell. But she's not Ningguang, so I'm gonna give her, or not Ningguang. Yeah, Ningguang. That's her name. Yeah. I was thinking about Ningguang. So, but she's not Ningguang. 9.5 out of 10. Okay, we're dealing with Razor now. Some sort of hunter, if I had to guess, based on like the animal teeth around his neck. So he's also the electric type. And he also has some teeth on this belt right here. So he seems like a wildsman. Maybe like a beast man. Maybe that's why he's wearing a hood to like hide his animal features. Maybe this is... No, that's just part of his hair. Yeah, you got some pointy ass hair. I'm not too inspired by this character. Let's give him a 5 and move on. Ooh, the deathly pale nun, whose name is Rosaria. She's very nice. I always thought whenever I saw her that she's undead just by the color of her skin, the pallor of her skin. I thought she was like a Jiangshi as well. Her outfit is very, very interesting. I don't believe there's a singular church that would ever condone this outfit, but whichever church it is, I would like to convert personally. I'm not particularly religious, but after seeing this, I might feel slightly religious. Her hair, I'm a fan of. Her headdress, I'm a fan of. So this crown actually kind of reminds me a bit of like a Christian imagery, particularly with the crown of thorns, which is typically used to signify the placement or the absolvement of sin in others. So this also adds a lot to her Western-styled religiosity as opposed to more Eastern-styled, I think. I do think her outfit in general isn't particularly nun-ish. I only know she's a nun basically from her headdress. I do like her gloves, the fact that she got claws. What else? She's wearing fishnets all the way up to wherever, probably like up here. Her symbol symbolizes ice, so she's the ice type. Okay. This also just makes me feel like she's undead of sorts, right? Because when you think about the dead, you think about ice, you think about the cold, right? The cold of the grave, so on and so forth. So, yeah. I mean, she's cool, don't get me wrong. I just wish that her outfit just said more about her character. So maybe like a solid 8. Okay, now we have Sengo no Miya Kokomi. So, I actually remember this character's name for no reason other than this character's name is very, very long. I know she's called Coco Fish, because I've heard it in passing. And upon seeing her art, I can see why. Like, her outfit is very reminiscent of those very elegant, long and flowing fishes. I think they're angel fishes or so on and so forth. And clear, obviously, she has some like fish thing manifested in her hand. And then she has like some water and so on, and a coral reef around her in her art. So, if I had to guess, I mean, just from her appearance, she looks very gentle, very kind. I would guess that she's like a healer, maybe like a priestess of sorts. Yeah, probably more leaning towards like a priestess, maybe like a shrine priestess even. Yeah. I like her design though. Her outfit is cool. It's nothing crazy, nothing particularly special though, so maybe like a 7. Okay, Sayu. This is a tanuki, obviously from the leaf on her forehead. And if the leaf on her forehead wasn't a giveaway, then her little giant head thing, her hoodie, and her gigantic patchwork tail. Clearly supposed to be like a tanuki. But she is a child, therefore moving on. Now we have Sethos. I can't really place this character. Aesthetically, I don't really know what he's supposed to be, actually. Okay, so he's clearly some sort of archer. Okay. Is there anything else that we can use to really determine where he's from? Not particularly. The stuff in the background doesn't really say much. Or at least they're too small for me to actually tell where he's from. Let's see. Yeah, I can't really say much. He's okay. Solid, like, it's pretty boring. There's nothing that screams at me that, oh, this signifies what he is or who he is, what's his personality. So because of that, it's actually going to be a 4. Okay. Now we're moving on to one of the bests as well, Shenhe. So I know her as well. And she is also another easy 10. Her just poise, her stance just signifies grace, maturity. I love her outfit. The particular, the red accents along her outfit, just really, really good. Her bodysuit is awesome. I love the cutouts. That appear for no reason. Let's see what else is there. Her weapon is sick. And then the accents along her thigh are really cool. Yeah, there's not really much to say about her. Easy 10. I'm biased as hell and I do not care. Alright, now we have Shika no ko koshitan. No. Shika noin heijo. Shika noin heijo. Heizo? Heizo? Heizo. So you got a very short sword here. I forget what it's called in Japanese. Wearing an arm guard, another arm guard. He's a wrist guard. So without this wrist guard, I would say that he's probably right-handed. But this wrist guard existing makes me feel like he'd be more left-handed, right? Because this is such a clunky thing to have when you're trying to grab a sword. Oh, hold on, wait a second. He has this thing. This thing. Yeah, no, this thing. This is the... No, this is different. Okay, so he's now part of the courier group, right? Because this is different than the couriers, the one that the couriers wore, like the cat girl and then the other guy. The one with the briefcase. So he is... Is that wind? Okay, so there is a wind type in the game. Is that wind? I feel like that's wind, right? I don't even know if there is a wind type. I'm just going to assume that there is a wind type, which means probably like 1/3 of everything so far I've probably done incorrectly. So he's from the Japanese area, clearly. He's okay. Solid 5. I mean, I don't really got much to say about him. Okay, so this character's name is Sigwin. So she's German, if I had to guess. She's some sort of... Not a rabbit, because these ears, these little horn things aren't rabbit. I don't really know what it would be, actually. But she's clearly some sort of healer, right? With her little, like, fucking medic gun. And she's German, too, so all she needs to do now is lose her medical license and she'll actually just be the medic. Yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her design. There's a lot going on that makes it obvious that she's a healer. And she's very much like kind of steampunk with her gun and her little thing. Unfortunately, she's a child, therefore no rating. Now we have sucrose, so the name for a type of sugar. So she got this symbol. Okay, so this is probably the wind simplified to guess, right? Because it has like the wings and shit. So the name and the fact that she looks like a turbo nerd and the fact that she's carrying around a vial makes me think she's like a healer or an alchemist, if I had to guess. And that's probably as far as I'm going to be able to get. She's some sort of alchemist, some healer, some sort of apothecary. 5 out of 10 design, nothing too special. And Tartaglia. So he's wearing a mask. And these symbols in the back, hold on. Hold the phone. Wait a second. These symbols are different. Okay, so he's water type, right? Because this little like flowing symbol and then like the flowing symbol right here. He's water type. He uses a spear. But why is this red thing so prevalent? I don't really know what it is, but wait, hold on. He's using a different weapon here. Wait, this is a sword and this is a spear. Why do you got 2 different weapons? No, these are the same outfits. Yeah, they're the same outfits. Same with the same hoe cut to show off his navel. Yeah. I like his coat. I like his sash that he wears. I feel like I've seen the symbols before, but I just don't remember where from. Because this is definitely unique. Okay, so something about his like affiliation is different than the other characters. Unfortunately, I don't know what that is. Oh, I forgot to give him a rating. I like his outfit. I like his kind of one-handed sword better than a spear, but you know, that's whatever. So I'm gonna give him a solid 8. I do like his outfit a lot, and his posture makes me see. I don't know. It's like, why is he using 2 different weapons? Because that's like, we've never seen that before, right? Because either they're carrying a physical weapon or they're using some sort of manifestation of their power. And from what I know about Genshin is they typically just use 1 weapon. So I wonder why that is. Okay, but he's a solid 8. Moving on to Toma. Toma? Okay, so he's Japanese, so it's probably Toma. Why is it spelled Tama? Like Western Thomas. Okay. He's some sort of like spear user. Or I guess this would kind of be more akin to like a halberd almost. He's fire type. Got dog tags, so he's some sort of common soldier. Yeah, he's very unembellished, which makes me think that he's just some sort of common soldier that like climbed the ranks. Yeah. Nothing too inspiring though. I'd give him like a solid 6. This is Tinyari. Tainari? Tinyari? Tainari. Okay, this character. Let's go with that. This character is the green nature type. Appears to be some sort of like, maybe like a jackrabbit with these like giant ass ears, like flowers, and like kind of like frog hands. Yeah, they kind of got that like frog paw looking thing where they're like very sticky and they can like latch on very well. Like for a dart frog. Do frogs have ears? I don't actually know if frogs have ears now that I think about it. Okay, regardless. This character's cool. I like their sash. It's very, very multicolored, very, very pretty. But I'm not too inspired by anything else. Solid 5 out of 10. Okay. Now we have Venti. So I do remember Actually, hold on. Wait a second. I don't remember if this character is a guy or a girl. I want to say he's a guy. But I also remember my friends telling me specifically he was a girl. But that friend was also trolling me. And someone else said that they're a guy. And then someone else said that they're actually a girl, and the other two people were both trolling me. So I don't actually know. But I'm gonna go ahead and assume by the fact that he's wearing short pants that he is a guy. So he's a wind type. Okay, yeah, okay, so there's definitely a wind type. Yeah, he has the wings here. Some sort of bard, right? Because he's carrying around this lute, this harp. Got some flowers. Some sort of femboy. A nice cloak with this little bow holding a cloak together. It's cute. Nothing too crazy. Solid 7. Wanderer. What kind of name is Wanderer? Okay, so Wanderer is probably not his real name. It's probably just a title. He's giving off very Japanese vibes, especially with his these like kind of barefoot and like these the ropes. I forget what they're called. And his hat looks like that thing that you'd see like sages wear, right? With the little like sashes hanging out. It kind of reminds me of like Naruto, like what the Hokage would wear. I forget what it's called. Let's see. What is that, like a little mouth bit? No. Okay, so he's a wind type as well. He's cool. I like his outfit a lot, particularly the one shoulder with the blue thing and like the sash with the ribbon. So this tells me he's like some sort of important person. Maybe not too important. It doesn't look like he's too important. Maybe more like self-made. Maybe like a businessman of some type. But the name Wanderer, I wonder where that's from, because it doesn't look like he's from the Japanese region, if I had to go off what's behind him. So maybe Wanderer is the important part. So I can't really guess too far because I don't really know anything about him. But if I had to guess, he's probably Japanese, like originally, but wanders around. Cool design though. I like it. Probably like an 8. Okay, Ryothesli. Okay, off the bat, I really like his coat. I would wear this coat. I would wear this coat a lot. I'm a big fan of like the gloves that he wears, particularly with the metal thing in the middle that has like chains going around to accent it. That's super cool to me. He has handcuffs. Okay, so he's... I almost said that he's part of the police, but just by his design, it doesn't look like he's the police. Probably more like the mafia, if I had to guess. Right, so he's probably like the enforcer of the mafia, particularly when he's wearing like these gloves that kind of look like powered gloves. I think steampunk, I'm thinking like Vi from League of Legends, right? Got a lot of power behind those punches. Yeah, so he's probably like... He don't look like a good guy, that's for sure. So judging by the ice coming off of him, he's probably ice type. And... yeah, really cool. I like this a lot. I'd give him a 9. Okay, this character's name is Zhang Ling. Just from the onset, I just really like her. She's super cute. Something about her just like makes me happy. She's a fire type. She has like this little... oh shit, what is that? Is that a panda? No, it's a bear, right? Yeah, it's a bear. Yeah, she looks like a little bear. She looks like a panda. She's super cute. I like her. Not in any weird sense, but in the sense that like I just pat her on the head, tell her everything's gonna be okay. And for that reason, I'm gonna give her an 8.5. I like this character. Okay, now we have Xian Yun. So clearly from the Chinese region. She has these animals in the back. And if I remember correctly, this one is supposed to be a swan. And she kind of reminds me of a swan. Yeah, she got these... Yeah, or not a swan, like a crane. Because I know cranes are pretty significant in Asian cultures. Yeah, she got like these... Okay, yeah. This is a swan for sure. So she might be the... Hold on. So if that's the case, then... Would that mean that this one was the ram and then the fat-ass goat is her? So that means we have a dragon and a deer. Does that mean that... Okay, I'm going to hold on to that. But she's really pretty. She looks like a librarian. Like the kind of like stern but sweet librarian type. I really like her outfit. It's very flowy, very gorgeous, very... I wouldn't say natural, but it looks effortless. You know what I'm saying? It's not like tacked on. It's just a part of her. It's just how she is. So because of that, I'm giving her a 9. I really like this character. Okay. Okay, this is Zhao. And he also is part of the animals. He got a lot of tattoos. And so this art style has him with the tail. And he don't got horns. So he's probably the dragon, if I had to guess. Right? Okay, yeah. So he's probably the dragon, which means there's probably like a deer that I missed. Or maybe there is some deer left. He's cool. I don't know what element he is. Since he's a dragon, I'm going to guess he's wind type. He has a lot of spears. A lot of spears. This spear is really cool. I like these like little things. It kind of gives me almost like Necron vibes from 40k. Let's see. Green tattoo. This little glove. This other glove holding a mask? What's that mask for? It's too low res for me to be able to tell. I wonder if that mask is significant somehow. It probably is, but I don't really know. Pretty cool character design. Nothing too crazy though. I'm gonna give him a solid 7. Okay, this character is named Xing Kiching. So the Q is the Ch. And then Xing Cho. Xing Chu? Xing Chu. Xing Chu. Xing Cho. Xing Chu. Xing Cho. Something like that. Water type. I think this is a guy. I'm gonna assume that they're a guy. I really like this this frilly little sleeve that they got, and the angled little thing coming off their foot or their cape. Rather, nothing too crazy. Maybe like a 6 out of 10. Xinyan. So this character is some sort of rock star. Automatically makes her hella sick in my book. She got them like fishnet things up to her fishnets up to her mid calves. She's holding almost like a banjo. I forget what the Chinese stringed instrument is. Man, I forget what it's called, but it's really cool. She's fire type. She got a lot of spunk in her. It looks like she's kind of a badass. She got like one of them like drums at her back. It's pretty cool. I wonder if she like uses that to like beat people or beats into it to like make fire. Pretty cool character overall. Nothing too special with her outfit though. For that oh, hold on. Her weapon is an axe, or maybe a pickaxe, or like a I forget what the long arched blade. It's kind of like a spaded axe or something like that. Pretty cool character. I'm gonna give her a 8. Okay, we have Yaimiko. In other words, the fox. So I really like her ears. They're super cute how they're like kind of down. I think that's like really, really funny. I also like the idea that they're kind of like weighed down by these, what's it called? I guess ear piercings? I don't really know what you would call them that. She's clearly some sort of shrine maiden. Well, actually, the name Miko indicates that she is a maiden, a shrine maiden, right? I love these like the gorgeous like multicolored, not multicolored, multi-shaded like sleeves that she has of different shades of white, but with a slight purple pink undertone under all of it. That's super gorgeous. Her headdress is really pretty. I wonder what it is. I don't really know what the crest in the middle is. I think that's like maybe the symbol of her shrine, if I had to assume. Yeah, super hot. Probably at least like a 9.5. Yanfei. Okay, so she's carrying some sort of... my initial thought is this is sort of brazier, right? So maybe she's like a fire bearer, right? Because she's clearly fire type. So it's maybe like a sort of scale. I can't really tell what's behind her, but it's clear that she has something to do with... I wonder what's on the other side of that thing that she's carrying. I can't really tell, because a part of me wants to say that if the other side has a brazier that's similar, then maybe it's some sort of scale, right? So if that was the case, then it would represent that she has like some sort of balancing act going on, right? And with this symbolism right here, with like this weighted squirrel, I guess it's a squirrel. Maybe she's some sort of like judge, right? So she like provides judgment to people. But that's probably me just reading too deeply into it. So maybe it's literally just like a pole arm with a little brazier at the end, so she can like light fires in it and like carry that shit around. I like the design of her weapon. I wish it was a little bit more obvious what it was. Her outfit I don't particularly care for. I like her hat with this little like hanging thing. I wonder if it can like move around in game, if it like swings about. That'd be kind of silly. For that reason, I'm gonna give her a solid 7. This character's name is Yao Yao. Let's see. She's the nature type. She's cute. Got these like gigantic bells on her head. I hope those aren't too heavy. She's carrying around a little like rabbit plush. Very cute. Would pat on the head. No rating necessary. Okay, this is Fast Blue Armpit Lady. In other words, named Yelan. Yelan. I know she's fast and blue because I don't actually know why I know she's fast, but I know she's blue, if that wasn't obvious from her design and her, you know, these particles coming off of her. She's pretty cool. Probably water type. Yeah, the symbol right here says water type. I love her coat. Her coat is really sick. I wonder how in the hell it's attached to her body and not just like falling off immediately, considering her arms are up in the air and her pits are just out. Her outfit is really sick. I love this like side slit that shows off these kind of things on the side that like binds the two pieces together. It gives her like visually distinct from a lot of other characters, and also makes it seem like she's a lot more active, right? And the zipper right here, I wonder where the hell this zips up to, or if this is even a zipper, rather. Again, her coat is super cool. I wish there was something like maybe like wrapped around here, or maybe her navel, that connects her coat together. Other than that, really, really cool design. Her hair is really strange, but sick. I love that kind of like layered cut approach, where it has so many different lengths. It probably one hell of a bitch to take care of, but you know, she pulls it off. Really sick stuff. I'm gonna give her a 9. Now we have Yoi Mia. So she's clearly Japanese. She got that big like the sash of like lace behind her. She's got some tattoos on her, and she, strangely enough, does not have an archery wrist protector, which, you know, you would typically see in the other characters that are archers, and particularly from Japan, especially because she has the shin guards attached, but not her wrist. I guess she just don't care about her wrist, or maybe she's just too good to care. Pretty cool design. I like the fact that she's wearing primarily bandages. It gives her very much like a tomboy vibe. But at the same time, like the very visually distinct thing at her back makes me feel like she's serves more like a traditional role as opposed to like an actual frontline role, right? So she maybe is like another shrine maiden, or like some sort of performer. That's what I think. Though of course I actually have no idea. Yeah, pretty cool character though. Maybe like a 7. Okay, this character's name is Yunjin. Yunjin. Okay, number one, I just absolutely hate whatever the hell she's wearing on her head. It makes her look like a fucking baby. She got that Hime haircut. She's wearing something that seems to be very, very... I wouldn't say royal, but definitely, like, important. She got this symbol on her middle that makes me think she's definitely important. She's carrying a spear, and from what it looks like, her spear's end got a lot of gold and dragons attached to it, so that also makes me think that she's very important somehow. I like her design if her headdress was just different. Her headdress alone makes her like a solid 5 out of 10 for me. Oh, she's clearly the rock type, by the way, from this thingy. And last but not least, we have Pillar Man. In other words, Zhongli, or Dongmi, or the rock guy. He's cool. Love his outfit. Got a lot going on. I love like the subtle brown shades that kind of like match with the bronze. I really like the desaturated look of this typical brown, accompanied by like a lot more of the richer, almost copper texture of this going along the edge. I like the the details along his coat, particularly in silver. And I like the fact that he has a little rat tail. It's kind of funny to me. I know he's like a protector. Like he like puts something down and like shields people. He just like puts down a pillar. That's why I call him the Pillar Man. Hold on, wait. So he also, hold on. Wait a second. So he has these animals behind him. Okay, wait. Does that mean that he's the deer? Would he be the deer? Or maybe this isn't the ram. Maybe this is just the goat. Or maybe a deer. No, this is definitely a deer, right? Huh. So maybe this is like some sort of... Huh, I don't actually know what this would be. Because this is obviously a deer. This is obviously like a crane. This is a dragon or a wyvern or some sort of drake. And this one was the Zhao guy. This one was the Zhan Yun guy. Girl? Lady? The librarian girl? And so the only two other characters is this dude and the fat ass goat. What's her name? Shit. Fat ass goat. What's her name? Man, I don't even remember her name anymore. Ganyu, there it is. Ganyu. And this guy is Zhongli. So both of those are one of these two. So the question is, which one is which? I don't actually know. I'm just gonna go ahead and just leave it there. I don't actually know what they are, so feel free to just inform me. Okay. I believe that's all of them, right? Yeah, that is all of them. Wow. Okay. Every single Genshin character rated.